Welcome to episode 2 of the 10K content funnel. Today's video, we're going to go over the DM framework that built my coaching business, and that will help you go from 5K or stuck under 5K all the way up to the 10, 15, and 20,000 mark with DMs alone. So let's get right into it. All right, the 10K content funnel, episode 2, DM framework. So what are you learning? You're going to learn the framework that will scale you from 5K a month all the way up to 20, right? So if you're stuck at 5, you're stuck under 5, this is going to get you up to that 10, 15, 20, and beyond. So why this is important, you're going to learn the importance of building connection and trust with your prospects. Without connection, without trust, you simply will not grow as a coach and you will not be able to close people. Unlike other businesses like SMMA, like dropshipping, like any of that, you don't have to have as much trust with your prospects. You have to get in front of them and show them, yeah, this is what we do, right? For example, it's a business. So they understand you have to invest into themselves. With people like coaching or coaches, right? You have to have a lot of trust with your prospects. They have to know your actual values, right? They really have to trust you as a person. And that's why you are going to learn in the next thing down here, why this is so important. You're going to learn how to call or book calls every single day in the DMs. So with that, let's get straight into what you need to know before watching. So before watching, you need to know this is for people who've already interacted with your content. This is people who liked, commented, shared, followed, anything, right? With your actual content. And it would be better off if they've done it multiple times and you've seen that they've interacted multiple times. Now, also, cold DMs do not work for coaching. If you are not reaching out to someone who's interacted with your content, it will not work and you will not grow, period. Like I said before, there needs to be trust and there needs to be connection with coaching. If they don't know anything about you, they will not buy from you, especially if you're doing coaching, right? Now, they could, but it's very, very rare. That's why you're going to be interacting again with people who have interacted with your content. And then again, if you have not watched the first episode of the 10K content funnel, seriously go watch that right now and come back. It's being revamped right now too, so check to make sure that there isn't a new version out. Otherwise, it will be a few videos back, but watch the first episode of the 10K content funnel. That will go over what content you need to post in order to get people to interact and make sure that they are actually qualified leads. Now, let's get right into it. So, when DMing people, we have what's called an AAA framework. So, what does this mean? The first A stands for appreciate / acknowledge. Now, what do you mean by appreciate / acknowledge? It's literally as simple as it sounds. When someone interacts with your content, you're going to simply appreciate them. Hey bro, I appreciate you engaging with my content. How are you? The reason that we do this is because when appreciating people, right? Appreciate with your content, how are you? It's super easy for them to just start up a conversation. They've already interacted with your content, so it's just building more trust. Right? You're looking for a simple answer. Good. How are you? Now, we're not going into the pitch. We're not trying to sell anything. You are not going to try and sell anything in your DMs at all. You're simply going to reach out and start a convo. Now, just appreciate them, acknowledge them, ask how they're doing. Once you do that, we are going to go into the second step, which is going to be ask. You're simply going to ask them why they reached out to your why they liked your content. You're gonna say, hey bro, saw that you liked my video on X. Are you looking into X or are you Y? The reason that we do this is because you say, I saw you like the video on X, reminding them on what they liked. So for example, they could have liked a video on fat loss. Hey man, saw you liked my video on fat loss. Are you looking to start losing fat? Or are you already on your fat loss journey? Or you're already on your fat loss journey. The reason that we do it this way is that we don't give them a yes or no question. We ask them, or we say, you saw my video on X, we remind them of it, and then we ask them, what stage they're at currently. The reason we do this is because then they're forced to answer and they're forced to think about it themselves, right? Thinking, oh yeah, I just started, or yeah, I'm already going. If they just started, or they're already doing it, regardless, you go into the next stage. So, just to recap real quick, you appreciate them. Hey bro, appreciate you engaging with my content. How are you? Good, how are you? Yo, I'm good, bro. I saw you liked one of my videos on like fat loss. Are you looking to lose fat right now, or are you like already in the process, or already have lost some fat? They'll say, oh, I'm looking to. Now, next you're going to go to answer. The third A is answer. Obviously, I don't need to write this down, but I will for you. The third A is answer. So, what does that mean? You're going to simply answer them, say, oh, good stuff. So, for example, you ask, you appreciate. Goes into ask. They answered, let's say they said, oh, they already started fat loss. So they already started. Good stuff. I can definitely help you out with speeding things up, right? Let's hop on a quick call and I'll point you in the right direction. So with this, the reason you're getting them on the call is not to sell. So not sales call. The reason you get them on the call is to qualify them. So with all of this, the whole point is building connection and building trust. You're building trust at the beginning. You're curious about them, right? I don't know how to spell curious, bro. You're curious about them. And this whole time you're building connection and trust. Then when you hop down here, you're going to say specifically, good stuff, right? Again, tell them that you're proud of their accomplishments, right? If they're starting to lose fat, if they're starting to get shredded, if they're starting to get into the gym, whatever it is, appreciate their success, because starting is a success. Good stuff. I can definitely help you speed things up with that. What you're saying is not saying good stuff. Would you like for me to help you? No, you're simply saying good stuff. I can definitely help you. Now, with this can be a little bit longer. What you can say is you can be like, good stuff. And then you can help them out. Then go to the call. You can even tell them not selling anything, just pointing them in the right direction. So with that, you're going to be saying, hey, good stuff, man. Like, I'm proud of you for getting into the first thing. I can definitely help you out with speeding them up. You want to hop on a quick call? We could say like 3 to 5 minutes. I can just point you in the right direction. Not going to be selling you anything. Simply just seeing how I can help with people who are watching my videos. So with that, you are simply going to hop on a call with them. On that call, you're going to be qualifying them. The next video in the 10K content funnel is going to be how to qualify people with that call. But before we end this video, I need to show you some things that you have to keep in mind. With these, they must be these things. They must be voice notes. They absolutely have to be voice notes. The reason they have to be voice notes is that voice notes build so much more trust than any message you will ever send. They can also be longer and easier to actually do. Instead of having to type things out, you can make them longer, so it's building more trust. You can personalize them, right? Personalizing is very important. And they're more genuine. They can hear tonality. They can hear your curiosity in your voice. You're actually helping them out. You're not, hey, yeah, let's hop on a call. Yeah, man, good stuff. I can definitely help you out with that. Let's hop on a call. I'll point you in the right direction. See how that sounds so much better. If you're simply just reading, they do not know what the tonality is behind it. So going through the whole thing, if you're simply just doing it based on like texting, which you should not do, the first message, sure, can be texting. Nobody's gonna take this the wrong way. Hey bro, appreciate the engagement on my content. How are you? See, now that's fine. As soon as you get into the next ones, you do not want to be texting. You want to be doing voice notes, because the difference is it could either be, I'm good. I saw you liked the video on X. Are you looking to boom or Y? That is so pushy. Hey, good stuff, bro. Yeah, I saw you liked the video on like losing fat, I'm pretty sure. So are you looking to just like start losing fat, or are you already like on your fat loss journey? See how that's so curious. It's genuine curiosity, and that's what you need. And you should be genuinely curious. These are people that you are going to be helping. Now, on top of that, or moving on to the next point, is this one, as well needs to be voice notes. Oh, looking to start. Good stuff, man. I can definitely help you out with that. So let's hop on a call, 3 to 5 minutes, not trying to sell you anything. I'll just point you in the right direction. How's that sound? Oh, yeah, man, let's do it. Then pick a time. If they say something along the lines of like, oh, like I appreciate it, but I'm good. That's fine. Just say, hey, I got you, man. We don't have to hop on a call, but I'd like to definitely hook you up with some like free resources. So like, what's something that you're having like issues with so far? What's something you were looking to get more into, right? So whatever they say, actually hook them up with free resources. So that's the exact point of YouTube, right? Not like to sell to people, but to hook them up with more resources until they're ready. Nurturing them. You want to nurture them. This is going to build more connection, build more trust. If they're like, oh, this guy didn't even like try to tell me. Or what you could do is if they're like, oh, like I'm having problems with this, be like, perfect, man. Honestly, it would be a lot easier if we just hop on like a call, super short, 3 to 5 minutes, and then I can learn a little bit more kind of about what you're dealing with and then point you in the right direction. How does that sound? Regardless of what it is, you want to get them on the call, or you want to nurture them, and you want to build connection regardless of what it is. The reason you need so much trust in coaching is because you are genuinely like trusting someone with your money, right? Your money and your transformation. You're not going to trust someone with your money or your transformation if there isn't actually connection there. So running through it, it's important to build connection and trust. This does not work with cold DMs. Go watch this video if you haven't already. The first episode of the 10K content funnel, must watch. It's a must watch. If you don't watch that, you will never have people to DM in the first place, because you need qualified people to actually DM. And then if you do this and if you master this, along with every other process, but if you master this alone, I guarantee you will book more calls. With this exact strategy, you can get like a few hundred views on your TikToks and book multiple calls a day. On your TikToks, on your Instagram. Obviously, these are Instagram DMs, not TikTok DMs. TikTok is more just to push people over to your Instagram. You're not going to really be DMing people on TikTok. The leads are just absolutely terrible quality. And you can't really send voice notes. You can't send links. You can't send pictures, anything like that. So 100%, the only reason you post on TikTok is to push followers over to your Instagram. So have your Instagram in your bio. And then on Instagram, you're going to be doing all of these DMs. With this, the next video is going to be going over how you're going to be doing the qualifying call, what you're going to say in the call, how you're going to qualify them, and then on that call, you're going to be booking them onto an actual one. The reason we're doing this is because it's a lot more personable than qualifying them in the DMs. In the DMs, it can take days and days and days to get responses. You don't want to have to follow up over and over and over. You don't want to have to do anything like that. So that's why this is a little bit different than the last DM framework. The last DM framework was good for if you're fine and you don't want to do calls. But with this one, you want to do this. You want to hop them onto a call as soon as you possibly can, literally within the first 3 messages. So you're saving yourself days of hassle, saving them time too, and getting them booked on that call for the same or the next day. So with that being said, watch the next video. If it hasn't come out yet, that's totally fine. If it has come out, it will be linked right up on the top right. Go watch that, and you can then book those calls and get them closed.